Welcome everyone to the after church tea time. And we are very excited to talk about the topic on embody your true divine identity. And I'm Abir, I'm a Master Certified Ascension Coach, and I have Paco, who is also a Certified Ascension Coach. Nikki and Andy are students of Union, and we are very looking forward to share our feelings and our thoughts about the sermon today. Yeah, as I was refreshing my memory on the sermon, I got reminded of beautiful thoughts that came by, that this process of letting go of past identities is easy. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a struggle. We easily get influenced by our environment. We get influenced by what we watch or who we talk to. But to come back to the center, it's very easy to remind ourselves that, oh, okay, this is not me. And I may not need to identify myself to this strong thought, and this being just a thought, and I am ready to let go of it. Once we identify that there's something that is disturbing us and it is not part of our true divine nature, and we remind ourselves that, okay, it's only a thought and I can pull it off. I don't have to stay stuck around with it and wear it like a jacket. I can remove it. So this was very easy for me to remind myself that, okay, it doesn't have to be very hard. Yeah, so that's my initial thought on it. Yeah, I'd like to invite maybe Paco, you want to share what was your takeaway from the sermon?
Yeah, thank you, Abir, for this beautiful sermon and for this very nice intro here in the life. And like you said, letting go of a thought of who you think you are can be easy when you have the environment that supports that. And exactly that is what I found in the Church of Union as I was working my whole life to get to the core why I'm always depressed. I found out that I'm transgender and a trans man, and my true self is a man in a woman body. And here in the Church of Union, I found a safe environment to explore my true self, my divine self, as a divine masculine. And it was easy because I was supported from people who love me unconditionally, no matter where I was on my ascension journey. And I had my gurus who showed me the way to always love myself no matter what and to always embrace where I'm at. And so it was easy to realize, like you also shared up here in the sermon, that you were looking around yourself and you thought, oh, this is good. So I would like to be like that. And I was doing that. And so I thought I am this woman. But this was just a thought I was attaching to. And with the teaching of union and the guidance of my gurus, it was so easy to let go of it. And finally, I realized, wow, being my true self and being my true identity feels easy and feels relaxing. And this is what I love so much about your sermon because it shows how easy it can be when you come to this place where you really feel with your whole being, okay, it's just a thought I was living because I thought I have to do it. But I can allow myself to let go of it because in truth it feels not good anymore. This is something I take with me from your sermon, and this is really a loving thing that expands as we speak about it. Now being together with all of you. That's really very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for sharing your personal story. And yeah, you're right. Like the environment makes a lot of difference. It gives us a confidence. We always feel like we're pressured by the society or feel very afraid that we can make our own choices. Coming into the community, we feel, oh, I am powerful and I'm strong and I'm ready to make a new choice. Like I was never taught or, brought up with this idea that I have the choice, that I have the power, that I can change my reality and I can change my mind. Wow. Yeah, that's true. The environment makes a lot of difference. Yes. Yeah. Uh, yeah. What would you like to share, Nikki and Andy? Yeah.
Yeah, for me as well, very similar to Paco. And first of all, thank you for the beautiful sermon. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, for me, generally, I always had this problem in my entire life. Like even from the moment that I remember myself to the moment that I came to this community, about identification. Like you go to school, you have friends, you go to the university, you have family, and it's really important for what the teachings of union teach you to actually not allow to like have that jacket, that false identity that you kind of consciously or subconsciously identify yourself with. It's really important to not do that. And I've been doing that basically my entire life. And when I came to the community, I learned that, oh, okay, I really have to see who I really am, and I really have to see who I am not.
Mm,
And
mm,
by seeing who I am not, I can see who I really am, and the other way around. So, um, for example, growing up, I was always portrayed in the image of my father,
mm,
which was something that I'm still feeling today. And it's really healing to actually get to know myself. It's really interesting as well to really be intimate with those parts of me that are me, and it's really beautiful as an experience overall. And simultaneously with this healing, I'm also getting to know my twin flame better and improving my relationship with her everyday life. So it's a really important theme that I've been
mm,
working on every day of my life. How about you?
Yeah, like same. Same. Mainly I was like just thinking about the part that you said with not identifying or identifying actually where there are identities, small identities that we take from our parents, our family, our ancestors as well. And we like our culture in Albania is very family oriented, very patriarchal as well. So like in general, the vibration has like a subtle thing of transcend like how do you say, like giving these identities from generation to generation. And
mm,
since like the country also has been like in communism for a long time, and it has gone out of it like 30, 30 years, yeah. So it's like still early. Um, me just like thinking about how powerful this teaching is. I like finding the teaching to actually help me realize that I'm not this identity. I am something else. There's more. I'm curious to know myself, to know my true self, and like it's very beautiful to see the power of it, and like really not identify with what doesn't serve us anymore.
Yeah.
Or like those limiting beliefs, as you mentioned, also like with poverty, for example, that if you think that you are poor, then you think that you are the thought of, and that's like poorness, which is not actually true. It's like a limitation. And yeah, like for example, here there is like a certain amount of money, for example, that like people are used to make because it's like the state kind of like plateau, how do you say? And like
Financial vibration.
yeah, but also like with what the country itself provides in a way with the salaries. But yeah,
mm,
like actually seeing that you have the power to transcend it. You have the power to actually create more. It's okay to want more. It's okay because God is like infinite and is abundant. And yeah, like just valuing that and seeing that if God is that, then me being his child, it means that I have that as well, and I'm not separate from that. And it's just like very amazing.
Yeah, and here really important is that sometimes the stuff that we love, like even if we love our country, we love our parents, it's really important to kind of make that distinction to not identify with what we love. That's actually where we step into unconditional love, where you love like something, someone, even your country, but you don't identify with the ego there. Basically,
Yeah.
you just identify with love that is unconditional,
With the divine.
with the divine.
Mm. Yeah. You're also like, in a way you can see it like you are invited to lead the consciousness. We know that as unionists we are doing something for the whole world, for the whole society, which is kind of and in the edge of like technology, you can say spiritual technology, which is brand new. And we are kind of leading for the rest of the world. So if sometimes we are invited to a new thought or a new identity, then letting go of the past is easy to remind ourselves that, okay, I am loving them by embodying the new and inviting, like kind of evolving into something better. And this is a gift for people I love. And even if they don't understand me today, God understands me, and I don't need to ask for their understanding, because maybe it's a big gap for them, and we can be compassionate there and know that I will be loved. And I think that's the magic of the community that we're in as well. Like everyone is walking together and exploring new territory, and we feel less and less scared to try now. Like we feel like, okay, I can do anything, and we feel magical, like yeah, about it. So yeah, just wanted to share that. Yeah.
That's beautifully put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is inspiring as well to see others around the community trying new and breaking new grounds. I also feel like all of us are I don't know, as a kid I always felt that those uh, cartoons that we would watch, those Power Rangers, and you have like different powers, like, and all of us have like different powers. And you see that more and more you let go of the identities that don't serve us, and these identities were kind of the ego identities are trying to numb us out of our true self. And they're trying to make us the same on the outside, because our desire is to come to our truth and come together in union within. But we were trying to do it on the outside, and it's not working. So that's what unionism is about, like reminding ourselves that, okay, I am one with my brother when I embody my uniqueness, my truth. So even though I may look different, but actually this is where we align, this is where we complement, and this is where we come together. And like this is what we face in our twin flame journey as well. Like, hey, we need to be exactly the same. Like, no, you are not carbon copies, you are complementaries. So and then that gives us permission to, okay, if I like maybe color blue, then the other person is always has a permission to like the color yellow. So then the blue and yellow, when they come together, they shine amazing. So yeah, it is then becomes our absolute responsibility to let go of the identities that are numbing us out or trying to cover us up and trying to make us similar, and put a heavy mask on us, which is not required at all. It becomes our responsibility to totally surrender that and become our total self, like the way God created us. And no matter how different it may look, it can look different. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I like that you shared that it's numbing out in truth when you hold on to this identity you are not. It's exactly how I feel my whole life. Something was always feeling off. And I always needed to find new ways the older I got to numb out more, what also felt not good. And this letting go of what feels not good can be scary at first, because something new is mostly scary. Like when you have stage fright, because you're going there and you're trying something new, it feels like that. But once you do it, even you are scared, then you realize, oh my God, it feels so good. Like you shared, I can finally just be myself. It feels easy to be myself. I can just do, I can share how I feel, like Andy was sharing. It's a place of where you act from feeling and not how you think you should do right now, because you have to act a certain way. That is so heavy. And when you finally make the choice to find these places where you are numbing out to your true identity, it's a process and it's a journey to get to know yourself. I need to get to know myself now. Of course, sometimes I fall back in my old pattern and now I try to think how I should be as a man. It does not function, it feels not good. My twin flame is mirroring me that back. Also my environment, because then everything is kind of heavy and my whole day, and also in my workplace, nothing feels smooth and nothing goes in the flow. But when then I just let go and like Andy shared, I just feel my masculinity. I feel how to be a man. Then I am unique because I am a man. How I feel I would like to be, like Abir shared. I'm unique and still I am a part of the whole, and so we complement each other. This is a very beautiful thought. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and it it's it, it can be scary because it becomes a challenge for the ego. Like even in the sermon, there was the sentence that I mentioned from the class that I heard, that ego will be the one that is scared, and it's that thought you have to remind that, oh, it's the ego that is feeling threatened and not me. And that way you're like, okay, let's see what happens. And because nothing real can be threatened, so we cannot lose ourselves. That's the best part. So I was like, okay, go wild, you know. And nothing is holding you back, right? Like if I cannot be threatened, and if I can nothing can happen to me, then oh yeah, go all in and go wild. And this is what is the part of, I think, as unionists, and this is new. I don't think any religion I have heard that says explore yourself, that says, try it out. And, it might be because it's always like a mandate that, okay, you need to follow this, and this is who we are. Maybe, come to church on Sundays, and, there's a pattern that you need to follow. But as unionists, we are encouraged to explore. And I love that. Like even you go too far left, your brothers and sisters here are like, oh, we're holding space, it's fine. Yeah. And then like you'll hear them like, are you okay there? Yeah, and do you need help? And you go like, yeah, sure. So this is what I love about all of us, exploring ourselves and being not afraid to do that. And us, we know that ultimately what's going to happen when we love ourselves, it's going to just like, we're just going to fall back into our true self. And we get good at feeling good. I think this is what happens is, when we do mirror exercise, we get good at feeling good. So the good feeling is only going to take us to our divine self. So there's a guarantee there. People get like, what do you mean by guarantee? The guarantee is because of the way God created us. It's the way God created us. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong when you love yourself. All you're doing is tuning yourself back to who you are. Like, just, yeah, back to the vibration of how God created you. Yeah. Mm. Mhm.
I just wanted to mention a recent example, kind of like with my own femininity, and like how I just like fall back into just being myself. And it's that sometimes I see myself thinking about what a feminine energy does. Like, what should she do? She should just like, kind of like in a stereotypical way, she just receives. And like, I was just in my thoughts, it was just like, okay, you stay and you wait for the masculine to bring you stuff. And that's not true. Because in my heart, I was like, actually, no, it's very different from person to person. And like, for me, it's like receiving is being first, and not like, of course, not thinking about how I am, but also like doing, like transforming, having that creative energy, like having that flow, focusing on me, romancing myself. There's a lot of stuff. And once I saw that actually I was thinking, I was trying to think who I am instead of just being myself. And that's also like of ego, because like ego is like, oh, you're still in this limited thing. Like you're not free. You have to put yourself in this, in a box, in a way, like this descriptive sentence, and this is you. And it's not true though. Like I know that I am created like this, and this is how I'm created, and this is how I operate with life. And like from this space, I relate to God, and that's who I am. So yeah. Also, I just wanted to mention, I really loved what you said about in the beginning, and I know it was mentioned by Paco as well, like the thing about putting the jacket off, because it's that easy, and it is that easy, because yeah, it's just like, it's silly in a way.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why it feels a bit vulnerable. Like it's like, oh, I'm taking my clothes off. It's like, oops, I don't know what's gonna come out. And yeah, it feels like that. But it also feels like a breath of fresh air.
Mm.
Yeah. It's
Right,
like,
like it
oh,
was too hot, or like it was uncomfortable, and then you just like remove that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, I wanted to mention how you mentioned femininity, and I've been working on that as well. It's like I had put ideas in my mind about it. I'm like, no, if I just relax, I'll just be that. I don't need to become that or put ideas in my mind that, okay, if I'm putting my makeup on, that's when it's feminine. No, it's just, I'm feminine all the time. It's not going to change. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
For me, when it comes to being masculine, it was always about giving, obviously, but same as Nikki, I kind of wasn't clear at the first how is that supposed to feel like, because it's different from person to person how each one of us gives or receives. For me, I thought that giving was doing stuff, like just doing, finishing stuff. but it wasn't like that. For me, giving also means receiving at the same time, giving myself self-care, giving myself romance, and giving myself the space to enjoy the things that I want to enjoy, and even space to rest. And from that, when I applied that, I saw that giving was actually much deeper than what I thought before. And now giving is actually also doing stuff because I was filling my cup. So it's just a way of life.
Yeah. As a feminine, I feel like to understand masculine, the first thing that I remind myself is the presence, because masculine is presence and feminine is radiance. So it's easy to like, okay, because that's the first thing that hits you is the presence. If you're in a masculine energy, the first thing that invites you is the presence. So it's like, okay, now I can relax. It's very like, yeah, natural to be feminine if the masculine is in its presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everyone feeling? You feel good?
Good. I would like to share something about this presence and radiating. It's something my twin flame Deborah and I are exploring always and going deeper because it feels so good. Even we trigger quite hot places, what ego really wants to scream, no, no, don't. But we we just go there because we know when it's time to heal, then these situations just happen more and more in our union. And as we learned here, and as you shared, Abir, is sometimes you have to be courageous and brave to go there. And in truth, it feels good. You should not overwhelm yourself, of course. It should feel always compassionate. But sometimes ego tries to hold you back, but there I learned it's safe to stay present with the uncomfortable feeling, with this uncomfortable thing that ego tries to convince you, oh my God, the world will burn when you go there. No, that's not true. In truth, it's easy to go there, stay present, and bring love there, and bring God there, and find more of yourself. And this is what I love so much about the teachings of Union, about this community. Like Abir shared, sometimes you go way too in this other direction, but maybe you need that you really get clear. Oh no, that feels not good. No, I go back. And this is to save you in this community, because this unconditional love, sometimes I think, is that true? Is it true? And yeah, this voice inside of me, God, yes, that's true. I feel so grateful that I can receive that. I can be in a community with so loving people, and where everyone is exploring. Okay, yeah, where we learn, and everyone is learning. And you are not the one who is always doing something wrong because you change or you would like to learn something. And also with being divine masculines can explore who we really are. Mostly a divine masculine is like that, and then we have to be like that. That's absolutely not true. When a divine masculine would like to be like that and show his feelings and be creative and be soft and loving, that is normal in truth, and we can do that here. And the divine feminine, as we divine masculines learn more and more to just be our true selves and learn that it's okay to be that, we can stay in our presence, and the divine feminine can radiate. It feels so good when my twin flame Deborah and I go deeper there, and it's so safe here in the Church of Union to heal this between lovers, to heal this in families. Also, the cat is coming now because she likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I really love that. This German is really very healing.
You're welcome. Yeah. Right. I feel kind of complete here. Yeah, this was a beautiful share. Thank you, Nikki, Andy, and Paco. Yeah, it was a pleasure to come together and share, and we could even explore further and feel we can embody this teaching and take it further in our inner work and yeah, experience the new identities, explore new identities within ourselves as well. Right. Thank you everyone for watching and like, share, and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. And also remember to tithe to the Church of Union. You can go to unionism.org, and we will see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.